Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we are going to be drawing our fish for our rainbow fish project. So the first thing that you're going to do, we want to draw a really good fish. So I'm going to give you a sheet of just copy paper like this, and you can practice drawing it a few times. So I'm going to show you a way to draw a fish, but you may draw a fish any way you like. If you already know how to draw a fish, you can draw your fish any way you like, but you can practice on the front, you can practice on the back, and when you're ready, you're going to get this manila colored sheet of paper and you're going to draw your fish on this, cut it out, and glue it onto your blue sheet of paper. And that way it will be ready to print the scales next week. So, the best way I know how to draw a fish, the easiest way, I like to start by drawing a C shape. Just kind of like this that goes down. And then I like to draw a triangle. It's going to look like the little goldfish that you eat, goldfish crackers. Okay. And then I like to come over here and draw a gill and an eye. So you do a big circle with a small colored in circle. And a dorsal fin would be the top fin, and you could draw that any way you want. And then most fish have a fin down here. Sometimes they have more than one. So you could draw that. We can add a little smile. Now, since we're drawing the side profile of our fish, you would only see one eye and half of the mouth. So if you put two eyes up here, it's going to look a little bit silly. But you're going to practice drawing your fish. You don't need to add any scales. We're going to do that next week. And whatever part, see this part in here, this is where you're going to add your scales and probably on the tail. So you'll need to make sure that you have a good amount of space right here. You could also bring your fish kind of in like this and erase these lines. It's really up to you how you do this. This would give you more room for the scales. Okay, and let's say I drew this and I didn't like it. I could flip it over to the back and try again. You could draw any kind of fish that you want. So remember, we start kind of with that long, skinny C shape. Let's say I wanted my fish's mouth to be open. I could put a little triangle in there and make the mouth open. Could add my eye. Could add my gill. Could add more gills if I wanted to. More fins. I could add as many fins as I wanted. A top fin. I might add my top fin, make it look different. You could have any kind of fin you want. I might make it look like a shark. And then again, my back fin, let's say I want to get more fancy. And I could do a more fancy line. Oh, that looks a little bit funky. Let's see. So even Miss Kilgore kind of messes up sometimes. That is perfectly fine. But that's why we have an eraser and we have our paper. So I could decide which fish I like better. And I am going to take my manila paper when I'm ready and I'm going to draw it on here. And you're going to trace it with Sharpie. You may draw it with pencil first and trace with Sharpie. The main thing is draw big because the ocean fish are big. And we wouldn't want to draw a little fish like this because look at our big, huge blue sheet of paper. We want to take up our whole manila sheet of paper so that our fish is big on our blue sheet of paper. So, I'm going to draw my fish big and then I will cut it out and glue it on. So, let's see. I'm going to start with my large C shape. I'm going to make it as big as I can on this one. I'm going to draw the eye. I'm going to get my Sharpie. Be sure that your paper is on a messy mat when you trace with Sharpie. Okay, now I'm going to cut my fish out and glue it onto my blue paper. So one trick with cutting fish out, kind of cut around your fish. So let's see if you can see what I'm doing. Cut around your fish And then you can cut all the little pieces out. Okay, so I cut around my fish, and now I'm going to cut all these harder pieces to cut out. So this makes it a lot easier to just cut small pieces. All right, so I'm going to wad these up and put them in the nearest garbage can. Okay, now I'm ready to glue my fish on my paper. And you can have your fish swimming down. You can have your fish swimming up. You can put your fish on one side of the paper. You can do this right in the middle, however you want. And you are going to take a glue stick and flip your fish over. You are going to outline your fish. So I'm going around the outline very quickly. Once you outline your fish, you're going to place an X, a big X right through the center, and that will hold your fish. I think I want mine to look like he's swimming up from the side because I'm going to add some bubbles next week. And there you have it. This is what you need to have done today. All of that. It needs to be glued on. When you roll your glue stick down, roll it all the way down before you put the cap on so that it doesn't stick inside the cap. All right, have fun.